Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Chapter 54.
Lu Su arriving in Jingzhou. He's a key diplomat from Eastern Wu. Now, his stated reason, his official reason for being there, it seems polite enough, right? Offering condolences because Liu Bei's nephew has passed away.
Yes, the text mentions, so outwardly it's respectful, somber even.
But knowing this era, you have to ask, what's the real play here? What's underneath that polite surface?
Good question, because that politeness, it evaporates pretty quickly. Lu Su's actual mission, the urgent one, is to demand Jingzhou back from Liu Bei, or Liu Huangshu, Xuanbei, as he's also called.
Immediately, like right after the condolences.
Pretty much. The idea was there was supposedly this agreement, you see. Hand Jingzhou back when the relative dies.
So using a moment of grief or obligation to push a political point. Classic.
Exactly. Leverage.
And Liu Bei, well, really his strategists, Zhu Guiyang, Kong Ming, they don't just say no, do they?
Oh, far from it. What Zhuge Liang does next is, well, it's less a refusal and more like a full-on rhetorical assault.
Okay, break that down. How does he just dismantle Lu Su's request?
Well, first, he goes straight for imperial legitimacy. He hammers home Liu Bei's lineage. Descendant of Emperor Jing, great-grandson of Emperor Shaojing, uncle to the current emperor.
Right, positioning Liu Bei as the rightful heir, connected directly to the Han dynasty.
Precisely. It sets up this moral high ground. How can you argue with imperial blood right for Han territory?
Okay, so that's point one. What else?
Then he tackles the inheritance angle. He basically says Liu Bei inheriting the territory from his brother, Liu Jingsheng, it's Liu Biao, is perfectly natural.
He actually says, you bo-ki, doesn't he? Like, what's wrong with a brother taking over his brother's enterprise?
Exactly. It directly challenges the whole premise that Jingzhou was just borrowed. It reframes it as legitimate succession.
Okay, strong points. But he doesn't stop there.
No way. Then comes the devaluing the opponent part. This is where it gets personal. He dismisses Sun Quan,
The leader of Eastern Wu.
as merely a small official's son with no merit at court.
Ouch. That's not just an insult. That's strategically undermining Sun Quan's entire standing.
Totally. Contrasting him with Liu Bei's noble background, painting Sun Quan as this greedy newcomer trying to grab Han land after already taking 6 commanderies and 81 prefectures.
Making Sun Quan look like the aggressor.
Right. And then, perhaps the most audacious part, he redefines Red Cliffs.
Ah, the famous battle. How does he spin that?
He boldly claims Liu Bei's forces did the most work and says his own trick, borrowing the southeast wind, was the real key to Zhu Yu's victory.
Wow. So he's saying Zhu Yu, Wu's commander, basically owes his success to Zhu Qiuliang.
He even says without his help, Eastern Wu's families wouldn't have been safe, not even the famous Qiao sisters. It's an incredible claim.
Completely flipping the narrative, making Wu indebted to them.
And the effect, the text says Lu Su has left Yu Shi utterly speechless.
I can imagine. Completely shut down. So where does that leave poor Lu Su? He's kind of stuck, isn't he? He vouched for Liu Bei returning Jingzhou.
He's in a terrible spot. He tells Zhu Delang he's worried about facing Sun Quan and Zhu Yu, potentially even starting a war that hurts everyone. His personal reputation is on the line.
And Zhu Qiuliang, seeing this distress, he suddenly seems concerned. He says something about Lu Su losing face.
Yeah, he feigns concern. But knowing Zhuge Liang...
There's got to be more to it, right? Because his solution sounds suspiciously helpful.
Exactly. It's another layer of the strategy. He proposes a written agreement. Liu Bei will temporarily borrow Jingzhou.
Temporarily borrow? Well, what's the catch? There's always a catch.
The cash is the condition for return. Liu Bei gives it back only after he conquers Qishuan.
Lu Zhang's territory.
Right. And Zhuge Liang conveniently describes Liu Zhang as dark and weak, making Qishuan sound easy to scheme against.
So the return date is whenever Liu Bei manages to conquer a whole other region, which could be never.
Precisely. It's a condition entirely in Liu Bei's control and can be delayed indefinitely. A classic paper trap.
And the final turn of the screw.
Ah, yes. Zhuge Liang insists Lu Su also signs the document as a guarantor.
Wait, Lu Su has to guarantee it too. Why?
Zhuge Liang argues he can't be the sole guarantor because he works for Liu Bei. Sorry. He says, trouble Mr. Zijing Lu Su to also add his signature.
Which makes Lu Su personally responsible for this vague, delayed agreement.
Exactly. It ties Lu Su's fate directly to Liu Bei not returning Jingzhou anytime soon. He's cornered. The text says, having no alternative, he could only comply.
Wow. He turns Lu Su's problem into Liu Bei's leverage. Masterful, in a ruthless way.
And then, as Lu Su is leaving, Zhuge Liang gives him one last message for Sun Quan.
Another polite-sounding threat.
Pretty much. Tell Wu Hou kindly don't harbor wild ambitions. If he doesn't approve this document, I'll turn my face and seize even the 81 commanderies. Plus a reminder that peace is better, so Cao Cao doesn't laugh at them.
So, accept this loan, or we take more? Nice.
It's pure confidence, asserting power while offering a lesser evil that still benefits him hugely.
Okay, so Lu Su heads back, document in hand. How does Zhou Yu react when he sees this loan agreement?
Predictably, he's absolutely furious.
Yeah.
Calls Lu Su confused, says he fell for Zhuge Liang's trick. He labels the document useless, a sham loan, pure deceit.
He sees right through it.
Oh yeah, he scoffs. When will Liu Bei ever take Sichuan? Could be 10 years. And he warns Lu Su directly.
About being the guarantor.
Yes, you will surely be implicated, and the Lord Sun Quan will blame you. It highlights just how serious these personal guarantees were.
But even though he's angry, Zhou Yu feels some loyalty to Lu Su, right? He calls him his benefactor.
He does. So he wants to figure a way out of this mess for Lu Su's sake as well as Wu's.
And then, perfect timing. News arrives.
Crucial intelligence. Liu Bei's wife, Lady Gan, has recently died.
And this gives Zhou Yu an idea.
Instantly, he apparently exclaims, "My plan is complete. Liu Bei will be captured without resistance and Jingzhou will be ours."
Whoa. How does a death lead to a capture plan? What's the scheme?
It's incredibly audacious. The plan is to propose a marriage.
A marriage? Between who?
Between the recently widowed Liu Bei and Sun Quan's younger sister.
Okay. How is that a trap? And tell me about this sister. The description is something else, isn't it?
It really is. She's described as extremely brave, apparently has hundreds of maids, all armed, always carries a sword herself. Her rooms are filled with weapons.
Sounds formidable.
The text implies she's so tough that even men can't match her. It subtly sets up the idea that going into her territory might not be safe.
Okay, so formidable sister. What's the actual trap mechanism?
The idea is to use the tradition of the husband moving to the wife's family, becoming an or son-in-law, lure Liu Bei to their territory, Nangsu.
Get him on their home turf.
Exactly. Once he's there, the plan is to imprison him. He won't get his new wife.
And then they demand Jingzhou.
As ransom. So you'll go demand Jingzhou in exchange for Liu Bei.
Brutal. Using marriage as bait for kidnapping and ransom.
And Zhu Yu hints that once they get Jingzhou, he has other ideas for Liu Bei's fate, ensuring Lu Su is protected in the process.
So Lu Su presents this pretty wild plan to Sun Quan. How does he take it, especially after being annoyed about the loan document?
Well, Sun Quan is initially frustrated with Lu Su, yeah, but then he reads Zhu Yu's detailed plan and he secretly rejoices. He immediately sees the cunning in it.
Pragmatic ruler, then. Okay.
Absolutely. He appoints Lu Fan, Zihang, as the official matchmaker.
And how do they frame this offer to Liu Bei? They can't exactly say, "Come marry my sister so we can imprison you."
No, it's framed beautifully. It's presented as this grand gesture to form a permanent alliance. The goal, to jointly defeat Cao Cao to support the Han dynasty.
Ah, appealing to the greater good, the bigger enemy. Covering the real motive with noble language.
A perfect public narrative. So Lu Fan is immediately sent off to Jingzhou to make the proposal, setting the stage for the next act. Liu Bei, the Han imperial uncle, and he's grieving. He just lost his wife, Lady Gan, so he's in a pretty bad place emotionally.
And almost instantly, like disturbingly quickly, this new proposition lands on his desk.
Yeah, from Eastern Wu, Lu Fan is the messenger.
The timing is, incredibly fast. Makes you wonder.
Well, it certainly makes Zhu Liang wonder. Liu Bei's top strategist, he immediately smells a rat.
He's thinking trap.
Definitely. He figures it's Zhao Yu's scheme aimed squarely at getting control of Jingzhou.
Which was the prize everyone wanted. Strategically vital.
So Zhu Liang's initial advice is basically, play along, agree to everything for now, we'll figure it out.
Meanwhile, Lu Fan lays out the offer. It sounds tempting on the surface, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Sun Quan, the Marquis of Wu, offers his younger sister. described as, beautiful, virtuous.
The perfect match, supposedly. And the pitch is all about politics.
Right. Unite the families, scare off Cao Cao, a win-win for homes and states, as Lu Fan puts it.
Sounds good.
But Liu Bei, he's hesitant, and you can't really blame him.
No. He points out he's nearly 50, hair's going gray.
And she's young, in her prime, plus he just lost his wife. It feels awkward, maybe even a bit insulting.
It does seem a bit off, given his status and his grief, but Liu Sim is smooth.
Oh, very. He brushes off the personal concerns.
And goes straight for the politics. Think of the alliance. Deter Cao Cao.
And he tackles the age thing by saying, the sister's got strong character, she apparently only wants a true hero.
Flattering Liu Bei, obviously, since everyone knows his reputation.
But then comes the condition, the crucial part.
Yes. Wu Guotai, Sun Quan's mother, wants the wedding there, in eastern Wu.
So Liu Bei has to travel, walk right into their territory.
Ding, ding, ding. Red flag number 2. Zhu Jiliang's counter-strategy and the journey.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting, right? Liu Bei is clearly nervous about walking into the lion's den.
Understandably, it screams ambush.
But Zhu Jilang, he's completely cool about it, just radiating confidence.
It's classic Zhu Jiliang. He's basically thinking, Zhu, please. His little scheme is no match for my brain.
He genuinely believes he can not only counter the plot, but actually win. Get the sister for Liu Bei. Keep Jingzhou safe.
Total confidence. Like he's already seen how it plays out.
Which brings us to the famous 3 brocade bags. The Jinnang. These are almost legendary.
They really are. Think of them as sealed orders containing specific instructions. Genius pre-planned moves.
So he gives these bags to Zhao Yun, Liu Bei's loyal general.
With very specific instructions. Open them one by one, only at the right moment, in the right place. Don't peek.
And Sun Qin gets sent ahead too, right? To sort of smooth the initial path?
Yeah, to handle the formal betrothal stuff in Eastern Wu. Lay the groundwork.
So the journey begins. It's Jan 14, winter AD 209.
Liu Bei, Zhao Yun, Sun Qian, about 500 soldiers, 10 fast boats.
And Zhu Gilang stays behind in Jingzhou, pulling the strings.
But Liu Bei, even with all Zhu Gilang's assurances, he's still uneasy. You can imagine him on that boat just worrying.
Totally. He's putting immense faith in Zhu Jilang's plan. He has to. Third, the first brocade bag and its immediate impact. Okay, so they finally reach Nansu, they dock the boats.
And Zhao Yun, he doesn't hesitate. Opens that first brocade bag right away.
And the strategy inside. What's the first move?
It's brilliant in its simplicity, really. Step 1, tell those 500 soldiers to spread the news. Everywhere.
What news?
The news of Liu Bei's marriage. Make a big show of it. Buy wedding supplies, talk about it loudly in the markets, dress festively.
So make it public, impossible to hide.
Exactly. Zhu Liang weaponizes the rumor mill. If everyone thinks the marriage is happening, it makes a secret kidnapping politically disastrous for Sun Quan.
Clever. And part 2 of the strategy.
Liu Bei himself needs to go, with gifts and everything, straight to Qiao Guolao.
The father of the famous 2 Qiaos. Why him?
He's respected, influential, and crucially, he's close to Wu Guaitai, Sun Quan's mother. Liu Bei is to discuss the marriage openly with him.
So more public confirmation, making it seem completely legitimate.
Precisely. And it works like a charm. Instantly.
How so?
The soldiers do their job. Suddenly, the whole city of Nangsu is buzzing about the imperial uncle marrying into Eastern Wu, wedding preparations everywhere.
Sun Quan must have been caught completely off guard.
Totally blindsided.
Yeah.
He wanted secrecy, and instead he gets a public spectacle. He has no choice but to arrange proper lodging for Liu Bei and his men, just to keep up appearances.
Wow. So the first bag already starts unraveling Zhu Yu's plan.
Absolutely. Public perception becomes Zhu Liang's weapon. 4. The unscripted element. Wu Guotai's fury.
Right, so the plan is already going sideways for Sun Quan. But then Qiao Guolao gets involved.
Yes, having just met Liu Bei and heard all about this wedding, he does the polite thing. He goes to see Wu Guotai.
To congratulate her on her daughter's upcoming marriage.
Exactly, and her reaction. Utter shock, complete disbelief.
She had no idea. None at all.
Not a clue. She's furious. What marriage? She immediately sends people out to check.
And they confirm everything, right? The whole city's talking, Liu Bei's there.
Oh, yeah. They confirm the son-in-law is indeed in town, entourage and all, getting ready for a wedding she knew nothing about.
Okay, I can imagine the scene. She must have hit the roof.
She storms in to see Sun Quan. Apparently she's weeping, pounding her chest. A full-on dramatic confrontation.
What does she say?
Accuses him of treating her like dirt, basically. You treat me as nothing. And worse, she brings up his dead older sister's last wishes, likely about caring for the family honor.
Oof, that's a heavy blow. How does Sun Quan react?
He caves. Under all that maternal pressure, he spills the beans.
He tells her the truth about Zhu Yu's plan.
Yep. Admits it's all a sham. A beauty trap. Liu Bei trap him, demand Jingzhu kill him if he refuses. It was never, ever meant to be a real marriage.
Wow. So laying the whole dirty scheme bare for his mother.
And that's when Wu Guotai's anger explodes. But now it's directed squarely at Zhu Yu.
Right, so what does this all mean? What's her accusation against Zhu Yu?
She accuses Zhu Yu of making her daughter a Wang Man Gua, a widow before marriage, essentially.
That sounds bad. What does it actually imply?
It's devastating.
Well,
In that society, it meant public disgrace. Her daughter's reputation would be ruined forever, tainted before she even had a chance to marry. It's a massive dishonor to the whole family.
so Zhu Yu's clever political trap inadvertently created a massive family scandal.
Precisely. And Qiaoguo pipes up, supporting Wu Guotai. He points out, look, even if you did get Jingzhu this way, the public shame would be unbearable. Everyone would mock you.
Which leaves Sun Quan totally stuck. Speechless.
Yeah. Suddenly, state strategy is completely overshadowed by family honor and public face. V, the unexpected turn, a mother's demand and a dangerous contingency.
So Wu Guotai is still furious, right? She's not letting this go.
Not at all. She keeps railing against Zhu Yu, even though Sun Quan is just standing there, probably wishing the ground would swallow him up. Her anger is driving everything now.
And Qiaoguo steps in again.
With advice.
Yeah, ever the pragmatist. He says, look, the cat's out of the bag. Everyone thinks this marriage is happening. Liu Bei is an imperial uncle, remember?
So what's his solution? Make it real. Just go through with the marriage. It's the only way to save face now, avoid total humiliation for the Sun family.
Does Sun Quan buy it?
Well, he hesitates again. Brings up the age difference one more time, maybe hoping for an out.
But Qiaoguo shuts that down.
Yep. Basically says, age, who cares? He's Liu Bei, a renowned hero, perfectly good match.
Okay, so what's the final decision? Who makes it?
Wu Guotai. She lays down the law. She declares she will meet Liu Bei herself tomorrow at Ganlu Temple.
So she wants to judge him personally.
Exactly. Her approval is now the key. If she likes him, if he passes her test, then fine, the marriage is real. They'll proceed.
And if she doesn't like him?
Then they go back to plan A, Zhu Yu's plan, trap him.
Wow. So it all hinges on this one meeting, on her impression of Liu Bei.
Pretty much. The fate of Liu Bei, and maybe Jingzhu, rests on whether he can charm his potential mother-in-law.
And Sun Quan just goes along with this.
He has to. Filial piety is huge. He tells Liu Fan, okay, prepare the temple for the meeting tomorrow.
But there's still a dark undercurrent, isn't there?
No. Oh, yes. Liu Fan suggests a little contingency plan, and Sun Quan agrees.
Which is?
They're going to hide Jiahua and 300 soldiers armed with axes inside the temple calories.
Just in case.
Just in case Wu Guotai gives the thumbs down. If she doesn't approve, the signal goes out and the axeman sees Liu Bei.
Chilling. So even as they prepare for a potential wedding, the original deadly trap is still armed and waiting.
Exactly. The stakes are incredibly high, balanced on a knife edge, waiting for a mother's judgment.
Liu Bei's arrival, it's tense.
Understatement of the year.
So the tension is already super high, even before Liu Bei actually gets to Ganlu Temple.
Right. Because Qiaoguo, he's this elder statesman, kind of a family friend.
He's already warned Liu Bei, hasn't he?
He has sent a message basically saying, be extremely careful when you meet Wu Guotai, that's Sun Quan's mother, and Sun Quan himself.
So it's not just a friendly meet the mother-in-law situation. It sounds like he's walking into a potential trap.
Oh, absolutely. And Liu Bei knows it. I mean, the text is very clear.
He's wearing armor.
Fine armor, yeah. Under his robe. Think about that. He's dressed like a groom, but ready for a fight.
Wow.
And he's not rolling solo. He's got Zhao Yun, his top general, fully kitted out in armor.
Okay.
And 500 troops nearby. Just waiting.
So this tells you everything about his mindset, right? He's expecting the absolute worst.
Zero trust. He's a general first, groom second, heading into what could be enemy territory.
And then he actually meets Sun Quan face to face. How does that go down?
Well, it's interesting. Sun Quan looks him over, notes his extraordinary appearance, is the phrase used, and apparently admits to himself internally that he feels awe and fear.
Fear from Sun Quan, that's significant.
It really is. It sets up the whole power dynamic immediately. So then they go inside for the main event, the meeting with the elders.
Wu Guotai and Qiaoguo.
Exactly. They're seated. And Wu Guotai's reaction is, well, it's immediate.
Yeah.
And surprisingly joyful.
Really?
Yeah, she just declares, truly my son-in-law. Boom. Like that.
Huh. After the warning and everything?
Right. And Xiao Guo, the guy who sent the warning, he piles on the praise too. Calls Liu Bei dragon and phoenix appearance, celestial countenance.
Wow. Okay. High praise.
Even says his benevolence spread throughout the land. What's key here isn't just the approval, it's how it instantly shows Wu Guotai's power.
She's the matriarch. Her word is clearly law.
Seems like it. Very protective, instantly.
But then things get dicey again, right? Zhao Yun steps in.
Yeah, Zhao Yun, bold as ever, armed with his sword, just walks up and stands next to Liu Bei.
Doesn't exactly blend in.
Not at all. And Wu Guotai, she notices, recognizes him immediately, asks if he's the Zhao Zilong, the one who saved Liu Bei's baby son, Adu, at Changban.
The famous story.
Right. She calls him a true general, high praise. But then the mood shifts.
What happened?
Zhao Yun leans in, whispers to Liu Bei, he spotted danger.
Oh, boy.
Says he saw axe-wielding assassins. The term is Dao Fu's show, hiding in the corridor. Bad intentions, clear as day.
Assassins. Okay, so the danger was real. Xiao Galao wasn't kidding.
Not at all. The trap was set. So assassins are there, tensions through the roof. What does Liu Bei do? Does he draw his own sword?
He does something completely unexpected, almost theatrical, really.
Go on.
He drops to his knees, right there, in front of Wu Guotai. Kneels, starts weeping, and basically shouts, if you want to kill me, just do it now, right here.
Whoa! That's bold. Suicidal, almost.
Or incredibly clever. Think about it. He's putting himself entirely at her mercy, right after she called him son-in-law.
Ah, okay. Leveraging that face, the honor concept. He's basically calling their bluff, using her own words against them.
Exactly. Are you really going to let your son murder your new son-in-law right in front of you?
Brilliant, high-stakes gamble. And how does Wu Guotai react?
She is furious, like incandescently angry at Sun Quan.
Oh, she turns on her own son.
Big time. Reminds him Liu Bei is now her son, her daughter's husband. Demands to know why there were assassins.
The blame game begins.
Instantly, Sun Quan's like, assassins? What assassins? Wasn't me. Lu Fan points the finger at Jia Hua, another official.
Convenient scapegoat.
And Wu Guotai buys none of it. She orders Jia Hua executed. On the spot.
Wow. She has that much authority.
Apparently so. She's not messing around, shows her power is absolute in that moment, but then Liu Bei steps in.
Yeah, Liu Bei himself and Xiao Guolao too, they plead for Jia Hua's life.
So he's spared.
He is. Just gets dismissed. And the assassins. The text says they scatter and flee like rats.
Incredible. What a close call. And it really highlights Wu Guotai's role, doesn't it?
It really does. She didn't just get angry. She used her moral and family authority strategically, publicly shaming Sun Quan, demanding justice.
She completely shut down the plot.
Nullified it. And put Liu Bei under her undeniable protection. The huge power shift, all thanks to the new mother-in-law.
Okay, so that immediate danger is averted. But the drama isn't over, is it? They go outside.
Right. Immediately after the ambush fiasco, Liu Bei steps onto the temple grounds, sees this big stone.
And this leads to another really symbolic moment.
A very famous one. Liu Bei does this sort of unique divination.
Okay.
He pulls out a sword, holds it up to the sky, makes a solemn vow.
What does he vow?
Basically, if I'm destined to get back to my territory, Jingzhou, and eventually achieve, imperial power, let this sword cut the stone in two.
And if not?
If I'm meant to die here, it won't cut.
Yeah.
Then he swings. Bam. Sword hits the stone, splits it clean in half. Sparks fly. Flash of fire, the text says. Very dramatic.
Wow. Okay. That's quite a statement. Sun Quan must have seen this.
Oh, yeah. He walks over and asks, kind of suspiciously, why do you hate this stone so much?
Good question. How does Liu Bei explain that?
This is where he's really clever. He doesn't say, oh, I was testing my destiny. No, he spins it.
Ah.
He sighs, says he's almost 50, regrets not crushing rebels for the Han state yet, frames the marriage as a huge opportunity,
Okay.
and then says the stone cutting. That was just a sort of prayer, Wentian Maigua, asking heaven for good luck in defeating Cao Cao and restoring the Han dynasty.
So he turns a personal, potentially arrogant act into this grand patriotic gesture.
Exactly. Masterclass in political spin.
Mm-hmm.
Makes his ambition about the greater good, not just himself.
And Sun Quan? Does he buy it?
Not really. The text says he secretly suspects Liu Bei is trying to trick him.
Yeah.
So what does he do?
Let me guess. He wants to cut a stone, too.
You got it. A bit of one-upmanship. He decides to do his own divination.
What does he wish for? also defeating Cao Cao.
Well, that's what he says out loud. Yeah, me too. Hope I beat Cao Cao. But secretly.
There's a secret wish.
His real prayer is, if I can take back Jingzhou from Liu Bei and make my kingdom, Eastern Wu, prosper, let this stone split too.
Ooh, so their ambitions are already clashing right there over the stone.
Directly. And guess what? He swings his sword.
It splits.
Breaks in half. Just like Lidis.
Wow. So both their prayers, their conflicting destinies, are seemingly confirmed by heaven.
Precisely. It's this incredible foreshadowing moment. Liu Bei's open ambition. Sun Quan's hidden conflicting one. Both seemingly blessed.
And this stone becomes famous, right? The hatred stone.
Yeah. With these cross patterns from the two sword strikes, supposedly you could still see it centuries later, a physical reminder of this moment.
Incredible. It really does feel like destiny being written.
It does. And there's even a poem about it in the novel, basically saying, yep, heaven intends for these two dynasties to rise. The world's going to be split in three because of this.
It frames the whole Three Kingdoms era as inevitable, right, from this point.
Exactly. It wasn't just two guys hacking at a rock. It was history being forged.
Okay, so after the stone-splitting drama, they kind of chill out for a second.
Yeah, they put the swords away, look out at the view from the temple. It's apparently spectacular.
Liu Bei calls it the foremost landscape under heaven, right? Tianxia di Yi Zhangshan.
That's the phrase. And apparently it's still written on a plaque at the Ganlu temple site today.
Wow. But then Liu Bei says something a bit pointed.
He does. Just casually remarks, Southerners drive boats, Northerners ride horses.
Ooh. Sounds innocent, but knowing Liu Bei.
It's a subtle dig, isn't it? Liu Bei's from the north, known for cavalry. He's basically implying Sun Quan, a Southerner, might not be much of a horseman.
A little challenge wrapped in an observation. How does Sun Quan take it?
Competitively, as you'd expect. He doesn't say anything, just immediately gets a horse brought up. Leaps onto its back, gallops impressively down the mountain slope, then charges right back up again. Oh yeah, watch this.
Showing off his skills, basically saying Southerners can ride too.
Pretty much. It's like this sudden, almost boyish display of prowess, daring Liu Bei to match him.
And does Liu Bei take the bait?
He does. Doesn't hesitate. The text says he leaps onto his own horse.
Okay.
And mirrors Sun Quan's ride. Just as skilled, just as impressive.
So it's a draw?
Seems like it. It's more than just riding, though. It's a public performance, right? Asserting their equality as leaders, as warriors, despite the regional stereotypes.
Yeah, showing neither is intimidated by the other.
It's fascinating how they switch between deadly plotting and this competitive camaraderie.
It really is. They were complex figures. So after the riding display, they both pull up on the mountainside.
Catching their breath.
Whip in hand, yeah. And they share a big laugh, like acknowledging the absurdity and the skill of it all.
And that spot gets a name, too, doesn't it?
It does. Zumapo. Horse halting slope. Another landmark born from their interaction.
Amazing. These little moments just keep adding layers to their legend. Absolutely. And guess what? There's another poem.
Of course there is.
Commemorating this specific horse ride. Talking about their dragon steeds and great spirit. And again, hinting at the future empires of East Wu and West Shu.
Everything points towards the future split, the Three Kingdoms.
Consistently. These aren't just random anecdotes. They're building blocks of the epic narrative.
Okay, so Liu Bei has survived an ambush, symbolically declared his destiny, even won a horse riding contest. You'd think he could relax a bit.
You would think, but nope. Still anxious. He gets back to his guest house, calls for his advisor, Sun Qian, still feels like he's on thin ice.
Why? Wu Guotai basically saved him.
True, but the marriage isn't finalized yet. He's still technically just a guest, vulnerable. Sun Quan already tried to kill him once, remember? Who's to say he won't try again?
Good point. So what's the advice from Sun Tin?
Very practical. Talk to Xiao Guolao again. Urge him to get Wu Guotai to speed up the wedding. Make it official.
Lock it down.
Exactly. Once he's officially the son-in-law, part of the family, it's much harder, politically and culturally, for Sun Quan to harm him. It secures his position.
Makes sense. So Liu Bei goes to see Xiao Guolao.
Yeah. Doesn't demand anything, though. He plays it smart.
Oh.
Expresses his fear, says he's scared he'll be harmed by people in Jiangdong, implies maybe she should just leave soon for his own safety.
Making Xiao Guolao want to protect him by speeding things up? Clever.
Very clever. And it works like a charm. Xiao Guolao relays this to Wu Guotai.
And she hits the roof again.
You bet. The idea that someone might still be plotting against her chosen son-in-law. unacceptable.
So what does she do this time?
Takes decisive action.
Yeah.
First, orders Liu Bei moved immediately from the guest house into the palace grounds. Puts him in the study, the Shuan.
Bringing him inside the fortress, basically, under her direct watch.
Exactly. Maximum protection. And second, she sets the date for the wedding. Pronto. No more delays.
Okay, now Liu Bei must feel safer. He's inside the palace, wedding date set.
He's definitely safer. But he's not done maneuvering yet. He makes one more request to Wu Guotai.
Oh, what now? He's pushing it, isn't he?
A little, maybe. But it's framed so politely. He expresses concern, about Zhao Yun and his 500 soldiers still camped outside the palace walls.
What's the concern?
He claims, they might cause trouble if they're unsupervised, maybe inconvenience people. It's all very considerate sounding.
But what's the real goal?
Think about it. What happens if your troops are inside the enemy's main compound?
Security. Control. Having his own force right there with him.
Bingo. It's a brilliant strategic move disguised as polite concern.
Does Wu Guotai fall for it?
Completely. Still in protective mother-in-law mode. Probably not thinking about the military angle. She just agrees. Good point. Bring them all inside for safety.
Wow. So she lets his entire armed escort move into the palace grounds.
Every single one. Liu Bei, the text explicitly says, is secretly pleased.
I bet he was. He's turned a dangerous diplomatic mission into a situation where he's fortified inside their headquarters. Incredible cunning.
Absolutely. Turned a major disadvantage into a significant tactical advantage, all through careful diplomacy and leveraging Wu Guotai's protection.
Okay, so finally, the wedding day actually arrives. Big feast. Celebrations.
Grand banquet, yes. Sun Furen, Sun Quan's sister, is officially married to Liu Bei. It seems like after all the drama, maybe things can finally settle down.
You'd hope so. He's navigated the plots, secured himself, got the girl. What could possibly go wrong now?
Well, the novel isn't done with the suspense just yet. There's one final dramatic twist.
On the wedding night.
On the wedding night, the guests leave. Liu Bei is led by the traditional red torches towards the bridal chamber.
Expecting, a wedding night.
Right. But when the chamber is lit up, it's not quite what he expected.
What does he see?
It's horrifying. The room is lined with weapons. Spears and swords, the text says.
Weapons. In the bridal chamber.
And the maids. They aren't just standing there. They're all armed, carrying swords, standing guard like sentinels.
Armed maids. Spears and swords lining the room. What is going on?
Liu Bei is understandably scared out of his wits. The phrase used is hunbu futi, like his soul practically left his body.
I don't blame him. Is this another ambush? After everything?
That's the huge question, isn't it? The chapter ends right there, on that cliffhanger. The final lines capture it perfectly. Startled to see maids standing with knives across, suspecting Eastern Wu set an ambush.